Hi there, it's Jennifer, and I'm here today to do another video in my series on long distance walking. And today's topic is safety when you're out walking. I got the idea to do this video several weeks ago. I had done a video in this series called Why Walk, and I'll link several of the videos from this series in the space below so you can check some of those out if you've missed them. But anyway, in that particular video called Why Walk, it was a really windy day. And in order to get out of the wind, I got off the sidewalk and went into a forest area that's kind of behind my house. And one of my viewers, Maria, hi Maria, had commented and said, I hope you're being safe when you're out there walking in the forest by yourself. And so that just reminded me that we really do need to think about being safe when we're out walking. Now, in that particular video, the forest area I was walking in is like my house backs up to forest. There's a neighborhood backs up to forest. I wasn't terribly far from houses. You just couldn't see it in the video the way it was angled. But anyway, we really do need to think about being safe when we're walking, especially if you're walking by yourself. And I often do walk by myself. One of the things I love about walking is that I get out there and I clear my head, and sometimes I just listen to an audiobook when I'm walking, and it just sort of gives me some time to think and all of that. And so I don't often walk with a friend unless I'm going for a long distance. So for example, my friend Susan and I are doing a half marathon in August, and we're planning to start in the middle of June, increasing our distance. So we'll be meeting every Saturday to do our longer walks. Now, so when I'm walking by myself, I'm typically walking in neighborhoods. And so, if you're walking in the daytime and in neighborhoods, you're probably more safe than if you were off in a remote area. So in that one particular video, it looked like I was in a remote area, wasn't terribly remote. But sometimes I do walk in remote areas. So, but I do want to, first of all, I just want to say, Maria, thank you for thinking of me and thinking of my safety, and also for giving me this idea of a topic to do. So I made a list of a few things to think of when you're out walking. So one thing to think about is if you're walking in an area that does not have sidewalks, then it's really important for you to walk against traffic. So if cars are coming, they're coming toward you on the side you're walking on instead of coming behind you, because you can't see. A lot of drivers get distracted and they swerve or something like that, and you just don't want to not know that there's a car that's swerving near you. And so it's just always a better idea to face traffic. Unless you're on a sidewalk, then you're probably okay to walk with with your back to oncoming traffic. Another thing to think of, though, is that you really should switch up your walking routine. So if you're always walking the same path, then somebody who may have bad intentions could get to know your routine and then wait for you. I mean, I hate to talk about stuff like this, but we live in a world where bad things happen sometimes. So, it is always recommended to switch up your routine so you're not always in the same place at the same time every day. Now, when I'm going out for like 3 miles, I pretty much do walk the same path every time I go out, but like I said before, it's in neighborhoods, and and it's in the daytime, and so it's it's a safer thing to do. But if you're getting out into more remote areas, you need to change up your routine, not go the same places the same time on the same days. Another thing that's, of course, always really good to do is carry your phone with you, because if you happen to need help, or if you sprain your ankle or something like that, it's a good idea to be able to contact someone. Also, because phones, usually they can be tracked by GPS. If you were to get lost or something, somebody could find you because they could ping your phone, and it would send out a signal as to where you are. So I always bring my phone with me. I bring it because part of the reason, because I want to have my phone with me in case I need to contact someone, but I'm also listening to an audiobook and stuff, so I have that stuff on my phone. Let's see. Sometimes I do walk in remote areas, and there is one place. Now, if I'm going on a longer walk, I usually start out in my neighborhood, and then I can get about 8 miles in my neighborhood, but if I have to go farther than that, I usually have to get off on paths and things like that. And so, and there's this one particular place in town that I was gonna say I like to walk. I don't really. My friends and I, not so affectionately, refer to it as the hill. There's this place in our town where there's this nice path. It starts at a park, and then it goes through, kind of a little recreational area, and then it starts climbing up, and it goes up this hill that has one point that is just unbelievably steep. Oh my gosh, it took me months before I could get up that thing without stopping. And now I haven't done that hill for over a year, so I probably am gonna have to go through it all over again. Why, you might ask, would I do that hill? Because it's really good cardio, and so if I'm gonna be doing a race in my town, which is at an elevation of 7,000 feet, we're pretty high up in elevation, it's just a good way to work on cardio, but it is quite remote. Now, if I walk at a certain time in the morning, there tend to be lots of people who are walking their dogs. On the weekend, it has lots of people going on this path. I've even seen, I don't know if he's still doing it, but there was a police officer who would walk that path every single day. I think probably just to kind of let anybody know who might be up to no good that, you're not alone. And there are people here protecting the citizens who are out here using this path. But even still, the path is several miles long, and even if the officer is out there at the same time, he may be miles away from me at a time when I might need some assistance. So when I go on a more remote path, I bring pepper spray with me. And this is another thing that Maria's comment reminded me to do, because I had pepper spray even at the time that she made that comment, but I had bought that thing years ago. And I don't know how long pepper spray lasts. I don't know how long it stays potent. And you certainly don't want to check it out to see if it still would burn your eyes. But I just figured that after having it for probably 5 years, I should get another one. So I did. I got the same kind I had before. It's this cute little pink pepper spray thing. It's got a little, it can't just spray because you have to turn it. So I'm not gonna do it because I don't wanna accidentally spray this. That would be interesting in the video, wouldn't it? But you just turn this little thing and then it pumps and sprays out pepper spray. The thing I like about this particular one, aside from the fact that it's pink, is that it has this little quick release clip on it. So I can clip this onto something, and then I can easily pull it. I just pinch this thing, well, if I can do it, and it pulls off really easily. When I'm walking in a remote area like that, I don't just keep it hooked on my hydration belt or something and then just forget about it. I actually take it off, I unclip it, and I hold it in my hand, because you don't expect to be attacked, and so you want to be prepared for something like that. So I just walk with it in my hand, and because I'm wearing a hydration belt that has the bottles of my water, and I just recently did a video on hydration, so you can see that video. But because I have that belt on, it also has a pocket, so I can keep my phone and things like that in the pocket on the belt, and then I can carry this in my hand. And it's small, and it actually has little finger grooves in it, so it's comfortable to hold on to when you're walking, and so I do keep that with me. The other thing I do when I get into more remote areas is I pay attention to my surroundings. So I am looking around at the beauty of everything, but I'm also thinking, just kind of scanning and seeing if there are, if there are people around or people coming. Sometimes occasionally I glance behind me, and every so often I'll see somebody behind me. They might be walking a dog, it might be a runner, it might be another walker. But if there is someone behind me, I just sort of, kind of pay attention to who's behind me. and make sure that, you know, that the people are out there for the same reason I am and not somebody who would be up to no good. So, so it's just kind of important to be paying attention to your surroundings too when you're out walking. Let's see, another thing is, unless you're with a friend, I really wouldn't recommend walking in the dark. Even if you are with a friend, if it's really dark, like there are no street lights, then the possibility of tripping on a rock or a raised area in the sidewalk or something like that increase because you can't see anything. And so I would just say that, you know, it's probably best to walk in areas that are lit or walking during the day. But if you're walking at night and you are walking in an area that has some street lights and everything, it's still a good idea just to bring a friend with you. So yeah, I avoid walking at night. I really just don't do that. In fact, one time I did a race that was a night race, and it was just really, it was difficult. I mean, it was kind of cool to be doing a race at night, but it was kind of hard to see where the path was going and all that kind of stuff. I was kind of watching where my feet were going and everything. So yeah, I just don't really do the nighttime thing so much. So let me check my list. Okay, walk against traffic, pepper spray, don't walk the same routine, bring a phone, bring a friend, don't walk in the dark. Those are about all the things I can think of for right now, but really the whole idea is to go out and have an enjoyable time, just clearing your head and getting some good exercise, but always just kind of be aware of your surroundings. Think about where you're going to be going. Think twice before you head off into a remote area, and you know, doesn't hurt to have some pepper spray with you in case you need some protection. So I hope you guys are getting out the door and walking. We're entering into some beautiful months now and a great time to get out the door and exercise. I will be back next week with a video about, I think my next video is about resources. So if you want resources to inspire you for walking, or if you want resources for information about going longer distances, I'm gonna provide all that kind of stuff in the next video. So I hope you guys are doing well. If you're not subscribed to my channel, just hit that button right there. YouTube will let you know when I upload new videos. I have, of course, this walking series that's going to be going on for several months. And I also have videos about beauty product reviews and organizational projects and things like that. So I hope you'll come along. Take care, you guys, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.